Hey,
Hello. Hello, flashers and winos
come
and
on.
TV enthusiasts. We are here back again to talk about the newest episode of Flash, but not just the newest. We missed last week, so we'll talk about last week's episode a little bit too. Let's get into it. Drink your drinks. This is a wind down. We are drinking this evening.
We are. I
Tonight's
mean, I'm not gonna.
episode brought to you by Duff.
I'm not even gonna lie. Just to open up with, I mean, we're gonna do both episode 5 and 6. And after watching episode 6, we needed this so badly, so badly.
Mm. So, last week's episode, right? Very exciting. I feel like it was a lot going on. The one thing I didn't really like as much about it was the conclusion because I'm thinking, the Red Death is about to be the big bad for the final season, right? But, not to jump the gun or anything, she wasn't. They dealt with her.
That did feel odd.
Yeah.
That did feel very, very odd. Like I was saying, I was saying it to you earlier, and I was also mentioning to my mother, who it's been my favorite pastime watching this show with her. But these other episodes, like she's supposed to feel like the final boss, right? And then I don't want to jump too much into episode 6, but it just feel like wow, they really shot the gun here with this everything going on, and then after just seems, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
What was the point of building up the Red Death through all these episodes just to end it by episode 5? And I'm like,
All right. Well, I mean, it's the final season.
Yeah, but right. Okay, it's the final season, right? But why do you open up like that?
yes.
Like, I just don't think you open up.
But look at all the characters that they brought into it. You know what I mean? All the bad guys are now turning good, and so like this is for the fan favorites. Like, I mean, I kind of agree with y'all because it was a nice build up and it was a nice little story, and then they kind of just shut it down. But at the end of the day, like the purpose is to just create some continuity with the bad guys and literally just turned everybody good. Look, the episode ended with these people, hey, they're having a kid, and they found out, you know what I mean? Like this whole thing is like, happily ever after. Let's find out what's gonna happen with everybody. Let's close this out.
But I still need some action. I still need some adventure. And now that the baddie is gone, it's like, are we just going to spend these next couple episodes wrapping up everyone's storyline, pairing each other off?
Pretty
Like,
much.
I'm not here for that if that's the case. We definitely will be jumping ship to Gotham Knights because I refuse.
Yeah, I mean, but that's pretty much how it is every time there's a closeout. Like, and mind you, look, they went to the whole thing with the gorilla.
Oh yeah,
Grodd. I think that was actually pretty cool. And what I thought it was cool
I
about it,
didn't know shit about no gorilla.
yeah, I didn't.
I only know about it because of the Who Win show. They did episodes.
I know about Grodd. I know enough. I actually know about Grodd because I used to watch Challenge of the Super Friends, and I remember seeing Grodd because I was like, wow, that's a gorilla. But I thought it was cool because it was such a callback. When he gave Flash his speed, I thought that was cool, and that's something I didn't know of. I didn't know of that, but I do appreciate them going back to that just to give him, because like he lost his speed, so now you go like, wow. Listen, episode 5 was a lot better than the other episode that we're going to get into. So I have a lot more appreciation for episode 5. I appreciate that there was a little bit of action. I do appreciate there's little things that I do appreciate. There's a lot of stuff that did suck. And I agree, like Caitlin, or not Caitlin, Chloe, or whatever her name is, where she kisses Mark. Mark's a dick. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm starting to learn these names, and I'm learning the people I don't like. And one of them is Mark. And Mark sucks.
Yeah, he's a dick.
And I get it. He loves Frost. That's his love. He's hurt. I get that, dog.
Unbelievable.
But
Ain't
bro,
no man
you have to move on. You have to move on. And the way this guy Mark is going, he sucks.
Done. That's easier said than done.
Oh, all right.
Get out of here.
That's easier said than done. When you sprung on somebody like that, and they're difficult to replace. It's easier to just fuck somebody else but it's difficult to.
TED Talk with Vic.
It's difficult to replace. It's difficult to replace intimacy. Sex is very easy to replace, but intimacy impossible. You know what I mean? It takes time for that to go away. So I understand this guy had, you know, a lot of moments with her, a lot of memories with her. And then mind you, and then at the same time, could you imagine like somebody that you if somebody all right, think about it like this, right? You fall in love with somebody, you fall in love with somebody, that person dies, and then you sitting there hanging out with their twin all the time. You know what I mean?
Like, that's weird. I don't even know why he puts himself through that. Just leave.
And that's the thing too. And I mean to cut you off, see, but I agree with that. He put himself through. She passed, then he recreated her. Now he got this other. He got this other form of her. I don't know. There's a form actually, but you know, different version of her variant. Thank you, Marvel. And different variant of her. So that's his fault. That's really his fault.
Yeah, I mean, he gotta accept it, but it's not. All I'm saying is that it's easier said than done.
You know? I can appreciate that. I can understand that. But I thought episode 5 was pretty decent. I thought it was cool that we got Batwoman. I do my Mama Bad Guy report. She loved this episode. Matter of fact, I missed this episode, and she was so excited. She said, "This happened, and then Batwoman happened." She didn't appreciate Red Death doing because you know they threw energies and stuff like that, and she used one of the energies, and she said then she tried to be Spider-Man, and then Flash had a shield, and she didn't appreciate because she's pro Marvel. I kind of could sense that from her. Good job, Mom. But I thought episode 5 was good. I thought we had some action. I just think they put so much in these first 4 to 5 episodes that anything else after just seems kind of it's lame. And they wrote off Joe. Now they wrote him off.
That pissed me off too.
Why did that piss you off though?
Because first of all, this is him and his wife and their child. And he's like, okay, let me take the child to a whole other city. And you just come on the weekends so you can do some superhero stuff. First of all, who said the city only needs saving Monday through Friday? So she's just going to be like, forget the city Saturday, Sunday. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
She gotta have some me time to herself. I mean, look.
The thing is also, the Flash is on the goddamn team. She can live in another city. And if there's some shit going down, the Flash can literally just zoom over there and get her. Like, what's the problem?
Well, how are we not to know that she can't handle all that? Isn't there something when he runs with people would like throw up or something like that? Like, I don't know if she can handle all that.
It's better than sleeping in your office because you're lonely in the house and never get to see your child. Like, come on now. She's got to deal with it.
I don't know. I feel like they did that to kind of have a happily ever after for the father, because I think the father's been around since the first episode, right?
Yeah.
I got a feeling like whoever watched every single episode of this show might be happy that the father's getting like a retirement plan and gets to calm down, because I don't know this character very well, but I'm assuming that he's like the type of guy that's like, you know, stressed out all the time, always dealing with the drama of these people, and just wants to relax. You know what I mean?
But why do that without your wife?
But the wife is like an empath, and now she's getting all of these powers and all this stuff. Yeah. And then the other thing is just that, like, even later on in the episode, look, I also think it was because of this. Like, they show the empath vulnerable in a vulnerable state where she's crying because she can't handle her own feelings.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I got a feeling like that's one of the reasons why they did it. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. This stuff was all over the place. Right. However, if I continuously saw the story, I probably would have internalized it a little differently. But this whole thing just felt like the closer, like a closing of the door, or that's a bad analogy, but you know what I mean, like just the closing.
You're saying closing the door to that chapter.
Let's make it make sense, though.
I think the only reason it doesn't make sense is because we don't know the characters, to be honest with you.
No, it doesn't make sense because I don't know a woman who would leave her child Monday through Friday to do this. I don't know a woman. I've heard of men doing it. I'm not gonna lie. I've heard.
I mean, but
I
mean, you know any women with superpowers?
I don't, but still, even if that's the case, this is her child.
Yeah, but it's easy to say, but you don't have the powers. So if you had the powers, then you could it'd be something different. You have different responsibilities. People without powers don't have responsibilities that people with powers do.
Look, Vic, I could give a rat's ass about this world. If it's between me and the people that I love, I don't care about everybody else.
I see that.
So I would be with my child.
So the thing is that if you're going to be that selfish, then don't tell anybody about your superpowers and keep them to yourself.
Oh, that's true, and I wouldn't. But so yeah, Batgirl does come. She has her appearance and saves the day. That was an exciting scene. Glad to see her alive and well.
Yeah, I really did enjoy seeing her. I don't know if I said this, but pretty girl. She kicked ass, and
happy birthday, Charmaine.
Yes, happy birthday.
Happy 41.
Happy birthday, Charmaine. She's having a birthday tomorrow. She's turning the big 401, and we say happy birthday. You don't look 41 at all, Charmaine. Not at all. What was I gonna get at? It was cool to see her. There was a spot that I did chuckle at, and then I guess we can just jump to episode 6. When she said, "You know where to find me." I said, "Yeah," and I don't see W.
Sheesh.
I'm sorry. Like
she might pop up in Gotham Knights.
Oh no! Get the fuck out of here! No, it's not. I'm sorry. No, the hell she's not. This universe. I've watched a little bit of this. It is like a whole nother universe. Like I don't.
You never know. You never know. They like to cross and do callbacks all the time in this shit. She might be in there.
Not for nothing. Real quick, when I was watching it, when I was watching Gotham Knights. And I was looking at Commissioner Gordon. I have first thought they got the guy who played Commissioner Gordon.
Hey, we talking about Gotham Knights tomorrow. Let's save the Gotham Knights discussion.
Yeah, sure. We might be here tomorrow. Let's do it. But let's go into jump into episode 6 of Flash. What do you guys think about episode 6?
Trash. That's what I think about it. It was
this
trash.
Shit sucked. It made me. I got visibly mad.
It was boring because all of a sudden they went through all this other stuff, but look how they started the episode. Like, oh, y'all pregnant, everybody's happy, pregnancy, and blah blah blah. You already see everything closing out, and then the empath is crying because her husband is gone, and then the bad guys are becoming good, and then Flash is just running around, you know what I mean? Like everything.
It just seems so pointless. This episode, not only this episode, but the fact that the Red Death is gone. It's like it just seems we're aimless now. We're just existing in this universe and nobody knows what the hell is going on. I don't want to tune in. It gives me the vibe almost like She-Hulk because after a while we just like, what the hell? We just watching her live her life. This is what it feels like. It feels like we just watching them live their life, and there's really no purpose beyond closing it out.
Yeah, I mean, because we're not invested in the characters.
I don't even think it's that. You say that, but I don't even think it's even that. I just think placement wise, like, why was this after the Red Death? Like, I feel like there was such an intensity to that. Like, we're building to this point, Red Death, and she was like the final boss. Now she's beaten, and now we have like, oh yeah, so we're gonna have a baby shower. Oh yeah, we're gonna eat cupcakes. Oh yeah,
It's a reality TV show.
Even like the how would you say, like, the boss of the week, right? It didn't even feel like a threat. Like, you have this woman, I don't know nothing about her, right? So you mentioned all the time, we're not invested. I just don't know these characters. But she has this awful luck. And every time you're around her, you'll trip. Or I was telling my mom, it was so funny because she was like, why did that gun blow up? I said, because she's bad luck. So, when you shoot somebody, it's usually the bullet's supposed to go out. Gun just blew up. So I don't know. I just thought this episode sucked. And I also thought that it's like it's just the placement. Like, if this was in the earlier episodes, like this was like episode 2, I don't think I would have been bitching about it. I don't think I would have said anything about it. I said, oh, whatever, Flash is starting off slow again, whatever. But this is after Red Death, and I'm just like not annoyed, but I'm just like, what are we doing? What is happening here? I don't know. I just those were the things I got out of this episode. I found myself just interested in other things. I looked underneath the table, I saw dust, and I was interested. Like this wasn't doing it for me.
I got a feeling the next few should be better. I got a feeling.
But who's the villain now?
I got a feeling this was the peak. I mean the valley, and the peak. The peak will probably come next week or the week after. Who knows? But I got a feeling that after such a strong hit with the previous episode and the bad guys in the previous episode, this is, you know, a little peak, and now a little valley, and now we might get a peak next week. Who knows? Because there's what is there? 4 episodes left or 3 episodes left?
Something like that.
I don't know. They might just cancel in the middle. They might just say
no. I mean, because look, like, you know, it's been ups and downs. Like even in the first couple of episodes, it wasn't really the best.
No.
And then it got much better, and then it got really good, and now it's going down. So it might just do that again. You know what I mean? I got a feeling that, but like I said before, if we were way more invested in the characters, then
it wouldn't have been as bad. You think?
Yeah, definitely. Like we would understand their story and why they're doing things. I think that the old man leaving is something that he probably deserves, and you know, I mean, I might have felt that way if I was more invested to him, but it was just like, I personally feel like he's a person that's needed in that team. You know what I mean? I feel like he's a Gambi, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
No,
he's not needed.
No.
All right, so let him go.
He's like a heart of the team. But like, if we're going out on the field, I'm going to sit here and say, Joe, sit down. Like, he's not going on the field with me. He's not doing. Gambi, at least with Gambi, he was about the shits. You know, don't get me wrong. Joe's about his family and all that stuff. We're gonna wrap it up because I can see it. But Joe's about his family. He's trying to protect them and all that stuff. But like, when Joe left, it made sense because I was like, Joe don't have any powers.
But still, yeah, it didn't make any sense to me just because of the family dynamic. I don't know. That part didn't make sense to me. I could see, you know, wanting to write his character out because, you know, final season, give him a happy ending, less of a paycheck you got to cut. You don't got to split it all these different ways anymore. Just like, but yeah, it was a very dry episode. I could have definitely done without this one. I'm hoping next week picks up. If not, jumping ship to Gotham Knights and see what the hell that train wreck is about.
Would it?
Well, anyway, speaking of Gotham Knights, join us tomorrow night because we most likely may be talking about it. The first episode. So it's actually on right now, possibly, or it just ended. So check it out on the CW app and join us tomorrow night. And yeah, don't forget to like the video if you like the video, and subscribe to all of our social medias and YouTubes, and talk to you soon.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. Let's try something different. Let's try to actually play the outro.
Woo!